Hello, everybody. I want to do a kind of spoiler review of Star Wars The Skeleton Crew, the last episode. First off and foremost, like I said in my last review, I really loved The Skeleton Crew, but I also really liked The Acolyte as well. I think they're both really good shows, different styles of shows, but really good nonetheless. And I think it's unfortunate that The Acolyte got ripped apart so badly and didn't do better with the ratings, and ultimately didn't come back for a second season or multiple seasons, at least two, Um, but the episode starts out from where we left off, and they're on at Atten, the kids, and they had just opened the vault, and you saw all the Republic credits and stuff. And Jod has his lightsaber out, and I'm thinking at this point he's gonna like threaten the parents at this point, but he doesn't. He does more like an introduction. Your kids were really bad. They have to be under supervision from the robots and stuff, and the robots agree to it. And he's gonna meet the supervisor and asks for Fern to go, and Fern says, "Well, can my mother go too?" He's like, "Yeah, your mother can come too." So the kids go back to their homes with robot supervision, and like it's tense. They can't tell their parents like what really happened because the robots are like an ear's length, and they can't say, "Oh, Jod's like evil," and he wants to, I don't know, kill us or whatever, hurt us. Um, and they go, the Fern and Jod and Fern's mother go up to where the supervisor is, which is the top of that tower where in the alternate planet like theirs, there was all the coordinates for the different planets. Remember, there were like, what was it, like 9 planets or something, or seven? I think it was 9, where they were all like connected. It appears from all the money they have, all the credits, that this was used for the Republic for funding things like wars and clones and what have you, whatever the Republic needed. These planets were the money supply, so they hid it well. That's why they were all hidden from everything. And they go up, and they're like, "Hello, supervisor, supervisor," and then no one there. Looks like no one's been in there for years. There's dust everywhere. And finally, the a robot like spins around, almost like a droid, top of a droid, and it says, "Oh, hello. How I've been watching you quite closely over the years," kind of like Palpatine said to Anakin in Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. And says, "Well, who is this? Who is this new person here?" And he tells him he's a Jedi. He's an emissary for the Republic. And then, like last minute, the droid goes, "If you're an emissary, I mean, if you're a Jedi, the Jedi have been deemed an enemy of the Republic." Which at this point I'm like, "Oh shit!" They know. The robot knows he was somehow in contact with the New Republic, maybe the Jedi, maybe Palpatine. Um, so Palpatine most likely knows about this planet, but at this point, Palpatine is dead that we know of. This is before the Force Awakens, but it is after Return of the Jedi. So Palpatine had fallen already, but all that time that the Empire was around, well, like 20 some odd years, the Emperor knew of At Atten. And maybe he had dark plans for it. Who knows? So the robot, when he finds out he's a Jedi, he and he says, "I'm not a Jedi. I'm really a pirate." And then he like sticks his um, robots on him, and Jod. It's like a big eye, a big red eye. He puts the lightsaber into it and destroys all the power on the planet, most of the power on the planet. Some stuff still works because when the kids realize what's going on, they get on their speeder bikes, and the speeder bikes work, and some stuff works. So, the kids are trying to save Fern and her mother, and they're heading to the tower, but they also have to create. I don't know if it's like a diversion or more like they're just trying to get help from the New Republic, from that owl chick. So the girl with the visor, and who else was there? Wim and his dad. They all ride on speeder bikes to get to the ship, so they could get past the barrier and give a message to the New Republic, to their friends. And it is definitely E.T. like the speeder bikes riding. It was really cool. It was definitely an homage to E.T. and also the Goonies with the riding of bikes too and that. So they make it to the ship. Ship won't take off. So Wim and his father get out, unclamp the things. Somehow they can't get back on the ship, and the girl with the visor goes up by herself, and the pirate robot with the rat in his eye or whatever, or mouse in his eye, he helps her fly the ship. They send the message to the New Republic, and the alien kind of owl that helped them in the, I think it was the second episode. And she calls on the New Republic to help them. The pirates invade, take over. They have a standoff with Jod. They eventually close down the barrier so the ships can get through. And you see this blanket of stars. And another E.T. moment, kind of like at night in E.T. with the stars on the cliff overlooking the town, over the valley. New Republic rolls in eventually. And New Republic eventually rolls in. And you see, like, a character, I don't know his name, he's like an alien character that was definitely seen in The Force Awakens. You see what looks like Leia's ship from The Force Awakens as well. I don't know what ship that's called, but it's the one she lands and meets Han for the first time in a long time, because it had split up after the whole Kylo Ren thing. And it kind of ends like not so much a cliffhanger. Jod's left up in the tower alone. All the kids survive. And the New Republic basically saves the day. The New Republic saves the day. And it was such a satisfying ending. I think they stuck the landing totally. I kind of agree with some people that said the kids were better actors than their parents. I kind of agree with that. But after all, it was a show about the kids. So it makes sense that that would be the case. That they would be more prominently featured, better lines, and just overall better actors. Not saying that parents are bad actors, but in this particular show, the kid shined big time. And Jod, was just excellent. They didn't redeem Jod, so I think they left it open for a season 2. There was an article saying that ratings weren't good, but they only have like 1 week's worth of ratings, so like the first week, and according to the showrunners, the show's ratings got better each week, and also it got great feedback, positive feedback from the fans. The fans loved it. And also, um, the media loved it as well. I think it got a great rating on Rotten Tomatoes. I mean, everybody seemed to love it. So I think that's going to help it possibly get a second season. Or is it a one and done like Obi-Wan Kenobi? I don't think Obi-Wan Kenobi was meant to get more than one season. And I don't think that's because it did bad ratings wise. It was simply it wasn't meant to get more than one season. I don't know if they're going to go that route or are they going to give it a second season. I don't think it's going to not get a second season because of ratings, unless it really turns out ratings were bad and that the showrunners are not being honest. But I don't see what their motive would be for lying about that. I think ultimately fan response and fans loving the show will ultimately be what carries the show to a second season, and also the media. So people just really, really liked it. And out of a 10, giving it a solid 9 out of a 10, the whole show. And I'll admit, the last episode wasn't the best of the bunch, but it was still really, really fun and stuck the landing. So I did really enjoy the whole thing, and I would give it a solid 9.5 out of a 10. And it's not, to me, it's not better than The Acolyte. It's on par with it, but a totally different style of show, so it's kind of hard to compare the two. But really enjoyed it. Really highly recommend it, guys. If you haven't seen it and you have Disney Plus, I recommend go seeing it on Disney Plus. And anyway, may the force be with you all. God bless, and have a great, great day.